Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this evening's planning meeting for Denley Parish Council. It's 7:30 on the 25th of June 2025, and we're at the old school in the Barn Green Room. Item 1 on the agenda is apologies. We've received apologies from Councillor Andrioli and Councillor Clay. Councillor Clays didn't come in until after the normal time, but we will note them. Item 2 on the agenda is declarations of interest. Arising from this agenda, members and officers are invited to declare any relevant interest. Notwithstanding this item, members can subsequently declare an interest at any point during the meeting. Does anyone have any declarations of interest? No? Thank you. Item 3 is minutes of the previous meeting. To receive and confirm the accuracy of the minutes of the previous meeting held on the 4th of June 2025. Has everyone had a look at these? Everyone happy for me to sign them? Then show of hands, please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, item 4 is planning committee projects report. To receive and review the projects report from the committee clerk. Does anyone have any comments on the project report? No? Okay, we will note those and move on. Item 5 is public participation. The meeting will recess for not more than 15 minutes to allow members of the public to address the meeting. There are rules to this meeting, which I will ask the clerk to read out.
Parish Council via this committee comments and makes recommendations on planning applications affecting the parish. Proceedings during the public session, which will only exceed 15 minutes in exceptional circumstances, must remain under the control of the chairman, to whom all questions and comments on applications or other planning matters must be addressed. All comments on planning applications should be made to the head of planning management at Winchester City Council.
Thank you. So I open the public participation. And we have one member of the public. Do you wish to address council? No, thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry, we have two members of the public. I've just been prompted. Does the other member of the public wish to say anything?
No, thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I will close the public participation session. Item 6 is planning applications. To consider and make comments to planning applications received from Winchester City Council and any other authority in respect of applications appertaining to the parish of Denmead, as set out in a list of planning applications to be considered. So, we have a few on the agenda tonight. As no one is here to comment on, we will just run through them in the order that they're in, if everyone's happy with that. Item 1 is planning application 25/01034/HOU. It's Twin Oaks, Uplands Road, Denmead. Proposed garage conversion, dormer installation, complete internal renovations and elevation amendments, creation of a double garage within the front garden area. My able assistant has brought up the location plan of the house in question. If you follow on up Hambledon Road, where Uplands Road and Hambledon Road meet, it is the corner property directly in front of you as you go along Hambledon Road. Are you able to bring up some the existing plans and then the proposed plans, please? So this is the existing house as it stands. It's a copy of the house next door from memory. It's set quite a long way back in the plot. If you show the amendments or the proposed, so all the bits that highlight there in purple are the changes to the building. So if you look at that picture there, it's closing off the. In fact, I think that's the rear of it. No, it's the front. It's closing off the garage on the left-hand side and making that into a room. It also raises a hip on the lower left one, which is shown on the top left one. Yes, that is the front of the house. That's the rear of the house. So that's the existing rear. The existing front has a garage in the front of it. It's the top picture. The top right picture is the front existing. And then if you can bring up the, that's the plan of the proposed garage. I did a rough measurement because there are no sizes on the plans. It's roughly 7.5 metres long, about 6.5 metres deep. Enough room to put 2 cars in there, and there's a storeroom on the end of it. I think there's a location or a site plan with the garage in situ. There you go. So that's the proposed location of the garage. Does anyone have any comments on the facts of the matter?
On the way up, I couldn't see any other places for the garage in the front like that.
There is one house, 7 houses away towards the left. There is a house with the garage and the front garden, but it's a fair distance because they're obviously quite large detached properties. But there is one there. And there is another property further on down the road, I think, with a building in the front garden, but it's not a garage. Any other comments on the facts of the matter? No? Opinions? Sorry, actually, on facts of the matter, it doesn't show on any of the plans, and as far as I can see, it's not mentioned. If you look at could you zoom in on the left-hand picture, please? So where the front boundary comes to a point, there is a large oak tree there, and there is also a large oak tree to its left, about where they've got the start of the driveway. Just for facts of the matter, that there are substantial oak trees quite close to where they were planning on putting the building.
There's no reference to that in the original application, was there?
No.
I couldn't see it, which
No.
is why you've raised it.
That's why I've raised it. Yes.
Provided they stay and not be affected.
Yeah, I mean that's if we're on opinion now. So
Sorry.
No. It's does anyone have any opinions on this application? Councillor Berry.
As long as they don't damage the roots of the oaks and that, I can't see any reasons to stop it. But I think we should mention when we write to Winchester about the 2 oaks, saying that we've got concerns about them.
Okay. Anyone else? My concern with it would be that the building of that garage will be in your direct line of sight as you come up the road. You actually face where that garage would be. It changes the street scene massively there. That would be my concern, that it's a very rural area there, The other garage that is in the or building in the front garden is quite a way down the road, and I think it is quite a difference on the street scene. Councillor Ranger.
Right, were you perhaps suggesting therefore that there needs to be some level of screening or something, or there wasn't any screening suggested on the plans?
No, but there is nothing. All there is quite a low hedgerow. It's probably about 4 foot hedgerow as you come up towards it, and so it would be quite obvious. Anyone? Councillor.
Just looking at that, it says, are there any trees or hedges on the property? And they take no, and yet you said yes.
Yeah, I can
That's a bit of a concern, isn't it?
bring it up on Google Earth so I can show you. If I can work my phone. For some reason, it's bringing up a blanket. Bear with me a second. I just have to move up. So that is the view as you come up Hamburn Road, and they're the 2 trees that are in the front garden.
Significant.
I personally, my opinion would be that we object to the application because of the change on the street scene, and they have the information that they provided in their application is not correct, in that they've said that there aren't any trees or hedgerows on the property that are affected. Well, potentially they will be by the building of the garage. Councillor Jones.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Although I'm aware that we objected to one on Forest Road where there was a garage built right to the front on the basis of amenity value, and that was ignored completely.
I will bring it later on in our agenda, in decisions received. There was a refusal of a garage, I think, on one of the properties as well. So it isn't necessarily a given that they get. It's only my opinion.
No, I would agree with your opinion, so if that's a proposal, I would second it.
Okay. Show of hands on for the proposal. Are you happy with what we've got in the fact that it's a massive change to the street scene? The information provided in the application form is incorrect. That they say there are no trees or hedges within the boundary nearby. I think that was it, wasn't it?
Could we have it go to committee?
If council, it's normally our thing that if the officer is minded to pass it, then we would ask for it to go to committee if we feel that we wish for that to happen. That's your proposal that we are. Everyone happy that we ask it to go to committee?
Seems a bit unnecessary to me.
I personally, I think I'm quite happy with the officer's decision. No, yeah. So we're not asking for it to go to committee. You're happy with the proposal that we're putting in, yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, item 2 is case number 2501022 HOU. This is 2 Harvest Road, Denmead. Proposed demolition of a garage, replacement garage and carport with a single-storey rear extension and lean-to garden store. If anyone is unaware where this is, if you go down Southwark Road, go past the Harvest Home pub, it's the first turning on the left, and it's the house that's on the right-hand corner opposite Harvest Field. That is the site plan as it stands at the moment. There is a garage behind the house as it's positioned there. The driveway comes in from Harvest Road. If you can show that's existing for the house. And if you could show that is the proposed plan. So that's the extension on the side of the house on the top right hand one. That's the plan of the site. So the garage is the dotted line in front of where the car is the existing garage plan or site of where it is. The proposal is to turn it round against the outer wall of the property and block pave that area where the car is marked out there. If you can just zoom it back in on that for a second. On that plan, the right hand side of the plan, the long pinky coloured thing is the lean-to extension, and then there is an extension across the back which is in the darker grey pink area. Doesn't change the number of bedrooms. It's to basically if you look at the plan of the house has one main room downstairs, a hallway and a kitchen. It's to give them a dining room effectively. Anyone have any comments on the facts of the planning application? No? Opinions?
I see no reason to object to it.
Okay. Proposal, Councillor Ranger.
Just an opinion really, I think, if I may say, any improvement to the current property would be greatly appreciated because it's where the old extension has been pulled down, a lot of it's still hanging in there anyway, so if it looks anything like that going forward, then I think that's
It's a house that I think suffered with a great deal of subsidence.
yes.
And it's been underpinned and it's been like it for a long time. So,
Other opinions, Chair.
are you happy to second?
Absolutely.
And a show of hands for no objection? It's unanimous, thank you. Happy with that? Okay, item 3. This is case number 25010934 full. This is at Fursley House, Fursley Corner, Denmead. Conversion of a part of an outbuilding to tourist accommodation and retention of the garage for store and ancillary to the main dwelling. Could you bring up the location plan first? That's the location plan. So that is along Fursley Road, Fursley Corner. The main house is the sort of U-shaped house at the top there where the cursor just was, and the building in question is this T-shaped building, which, if you can bring up a plan of the building of how they're going to divide or are planning to divide it. So that's that building, and that's how they intend to divide it. So could you zoom in, because my eyesight's not that good, I'm afraid. So there's a bedroom and a bathroom, another bedroom and a kitchen stroke dining lounge room, and then that is the garage that they intend to keep. With solar panels on the roof. It does seem quite a strange way round that they've done the building, because the garage is at the front of it and the accommodation part is at the back. Councillor Ranger.
Just a point of reference, it looked like quite a few spelling mistakes on those plans as well, so not that I can critique
No,
spelling, but kitchen and a few others, bedrooms and stuff, so I just pointed that out for reference.
yes, I won't pick anyone up on spelling, I'm afraid. opinions on the application in front of us?
In terms of tourist accommodation, it's exactly what tourists need. So much as it's 2 double bedrooms with a kitchen, dining, 2 bathrooms. There seems to be a requirement for a tourist type dwelling, so I can't imagine that, in certain other neighbours have objected. I can't imagine anybody, I can't see a reason to object to it.
We have objected to tourist accommodation that was planned for a property that was quite near it.
Yeah, that was in the middle of nowhere, wasn't it?
No, it was along Thursley Road. There were two houses that they were similar to this that they were planning to put in that council objected to, and I think that they were turned down from memory.
It just strikes me this has proper parking, that is tourist accommodation. So if there's a requirement for tourist accommodation, I can't see a reason to object it. If there's I can't see why we would object.
Okay. Anyone other opinions? Is that proposal?
Yeah.
Anyone second it? Yeah. Show of hands. Okay, and I will vote against them. So passes by majority. Okay, item 4. This is case number 25-01078, full. Land to the rear of the Chairmaker's Arms, Forest Road, World's End, Hampshire. Material change of use of land to a 2-pitch gypsy and traveller site comprising of citing a 1 mobile home, 1 touring caravan and 1 utility room per pitch. I think we probably all know where the location of this site is, behind the Chairmakers. It's basically on, if you look at the plan is brought up there, the Chairmakers is the larger building in the top of there. The driveway is coming in off of Fareham Road. All of the plots or pictures at the moment are all up on the right hand side, and the plan is to put it in the red square where the cursor is at the moment, or both of them in that area, and that's how they plan. The original, there should only actually be 4 pitches, I think it is from memory, that are actually had planning permission to be there. All the other pitches have been put there, not necessarily with the correct permissions. These are putting in an application clearly. I look for opinions, unless there are any questions on facts of the matter, but I think it's basically they are going to put in exactly what they have, although they say it's a utility room per pitch. The buildings are built as similar size to a bungalow. Councillor James.
There's a couple of objections lodged by neighbours, including the owners of the Chairmakers and so on. Comments they make are absolutely right in so much as you can almost list those as objections if you were minded to do so. They also mentioned that Winchester Enforcement are still dealing with the existing excessive applications, excessive numbers there, and the complaint on the objections is that Winchester don't seem to have got around to it. It just goes on and on. So I'm sure that we could, I would personally want to object to it. I think the reasons to object are listed in the comments by these 2 neighbours. Equally well, the applicant has put in a 20-odd page document, and if you read that, a lot of the things that they say in support, you could actually also argue are the reasons to have it against. It's meant to be in harmony with the local community, and it's clearly not. So I would raise a strong objection against it.
Okay. Any other comments? Okay, so your proposal is that we use the objections from the neighbours in as our objections, and also that I would like to add, if you're happy with it, is that the time period for those plots that did have an original planning permission, which was a 5-year period, has actually run out now, and to now put 2 more plots in there makes the situation difficult.
The applicant, in fact, has asked for, if the plan officer objects to this, then they should at least allow a 5-year planning application to be permitted, which is exactly what's happened before, which was completely ignored. So I think we must also object to the possibility of a 5-year extension of a 5-year allowance.
Yeah, at the moment we can only go on this application for what is here. But I would second your proposal for a strong objection, and if everyone is minded, we will ask for that to go to committee if everyone is minded. That's unanimous on both of those, Liz. Thank you very much. Number 5 is case number 25010914. This is Tora, Hambledon Road, Denmead, Waterlooville. Variation on condition 2 and 3 for permission that was granted 24/02829/house HOU to change the external materials from shiplap to brick. My able assistant again will bring up plans. Well, I might get hit later. No, that's the TPR application. Okay. Does anyone that's looked at this, do they have any issues with the condition of changing from? I have current permission from Winchester City Council to replace the existing blocks of stables to a larger L-shaped building. The permission is.
Shiplap timber is the fire risk, is what they're saying.
Yes.
So hence change it to brick. I would have no objection.
Okay. Second that.
Second.
Yeah. Show of hands for no objection. That's unanimous on that one. Thank you. It's quite hard to go against something that building control said is a hazard, isn't it? Okay. Number 6 is 25012118 TPO. That's a bit of picture you just had up. This is a 12 Littlemead. Following tree condition survey, T1 oak to reduce the crown to provide a 2-metre offset from the house and a crown lift of 2.4 metres over the footpath to the rear and remove deadwood. The removal of deadwood is a bit of a strange one because you can apply and deadwood can be removed from a tree without a planning application for a TPO tree. There are some pictures in the, if you can just scroll up a bit, so go down, sorry, if you can go back to the plan that was there. So that is the plan of the site. If you come in into Littlemead, bear round to the left and don't take the turning that is Mead End Road on the right, carry on to the end and you come out to the funny shaped hammerhead that's on the end there. The house is in the right hand corner there. The tree is actually in the back left hand corner of the property, which is on the greenway of the footpath that's behind. And if you could show the, this is the survey that was done on the tree. They said that there is decking around the base of the tree so they can't see if the roots are coming up through the ground. That's the footpath, and this is Mead End Road coming towards us on the left there. The tree is there in the distance. That's how close it is to the house, and they want to cut that back by 2 metres. I would propose, if everyone's happy, that we leave this to the tree officer. I think it's the best course of action for the works. The works don't sound overly harsh on the tree, but yeah. So if everyone is happy that we leave it to the tree officer, yeah, show of hands. That's unanimous. Thank you. Item 7, case number 2501023 HOU, Hexbury Upper Crabbrook Lane, Denmead. Front ground floor extension, part 2 story side extension, loft conversion with pitchers and dormers and a flat roof dormer. Okay. We can hands up this. Upper Crabbrook is follow along School Lane, get to the Fox and Hounds pub and turn right. That is at Upper Crabbrook, and it is a good way up on the right hand side, this property. That is the proposed extension, proposed extension on in the red on the right hand picture, and that's the existing of the property above that picture. So you have front elevation, side and rear going from the centre to the right, and the proposed is as you can see there. So you've got front elevation is the middle one up there, southern elevation, which would be looking, you'd see it as you come up the road, although it's near another house, and then the rear elevation is on the right. Does anyone have any comments?
There's no reference to an increase in any bedroom, is there?
No. Yes, it does go up to 5 bedrooms because they're putting 2 rooms in the loft, and at the moment it was 4 bedroom.
Well, my point being, so it didn't actually mention the additional bedroom. I didn't see an additional bedroom being called out.
No, but they don't. Planning applications don't like to point out things. But the parking spaces for a 4 house and above is 3 parking spaces. They don't make you add more parking spaces for the more. Councillor
Yeah,
Jones.
obviously the extension tracks very close to the neighbours, the division, but equally so there's on that elevation out on the windows, so there's no effect on privacy.
No.
So again, I would see no objection.
Okay. Any other comments? Councillor Ranger.
I didn't see any other comments from any of the neighbours, but so I'm assuming. Sorry.
I couldn't see any.
No.
I haven't seen any, so I'm just assuming that, and I have no comment.
Okay. Is anyone prepared to second Councillor
I'll
Jones?
second.
Okay. So we have seconded proposal of no objection to this application. Show of hands, please. That's unanimous. Okay, and our final one tonight is number 8, which is case number 2501116 HOU. This house is Ringwood, Uplands Road, Denmead. 2-storey extension, roof alterations, a single-storey side and rear extension, front porch and external alterations. Quite a lot of change to this property. Bring up a site plan if you can first. Okay, so uplands there, that's, you can see there's a track mark there. That's actually a public right of way from memory. So it's next door but one to that right of way. And the application. You bring up the existing elevations if possible. So that's existing elevations. It's quite strange with the black out windows, but. And can you bring up the proposed, please? No, and that's the proposed. As I say, there's substantial changes to the property. There are actually some pictures that they do, that they show you some drawings of what it's proposed to look like. They're in a separate file. So this is what it's planned to look like. Councillor Ranger.
Just as an observation, I don't know the answer, but would it be overdevelopment of the existing plot?
It's quite interesting because one of the cases I looked at that's been refused recently was it was refused on the percentage increase of the property. You are only allowed a 25% increase in the property. I haven't got a tape measure, but it looks substantial in comparison. Councillor James.
I mean, that whole road has got some big developments
Yes.
done, and virtually every house has been significantly enlarged and improved.
Yeah.
And so on the basis that there are no objections from the neighbours, you have to assume we've discussed it with them and they're aware of it. I think it's a fairly dramatic looking house. The pictures make it look more private than I think it will be, but I think I can't see any reason to object.
Yeah. Okay. Any other opinions? Does anyone wish to second the proposal? No objection? Or have a different proposal? You look.
Oh, I was just trying to visualise what 25% looks like on quite.
I've been advised that that's only for small dwellings in the countryside, the 25% increase, but there is I thought there was a percentage increase on any development.
In that case, so was that a proposal?
The proposal, we have no
Proposal.
objection. A show of hands for no objection. It's unanimous as well. Thank you very much. We'll go back to the agenda and we are on decisions received. If I can just get to it. Not that way. Bear with me because I normally have paperwork rather than a. So decisions received, we have two that were received. One was for Glendine, which is the one I've mentioned about the percentage increase. We didn't actually have an objection to it, but Winchester refused it. The reasons for refusal is the existing property is a small dwelling within the countryside. Proposed development results in a 101.4% increase in the floor space, far exceeding the 25% allowed by policy DM3 of the local plan part 2. The proposal therefore results in the loss of a small dwelling in the countryside, reduces stock of such dwellings within the district. The proposal is therefore contrary to policy DM3 of the local plan part 2. So it's quite interesting that they clearly look at that side of it. I think it was the house and a garage, I think, that was so that it took it over it. That was one of them, and the other one was 90 Anmore Road, which the application was withdrawn. Proposed detached garage, that one was for. So that one was actually withdrawn. Okay, item 8 is new planning applications. Do we have any?
I'm not aware of any.
Not aware of any at the moment. The normal clerk for this meeting is back tomorrow. So obviously she will send any out that come in. Item 9 on the agenda is 24/02402/OUT. Anthill Farmland, Hambledon Road, Denmead. This is to note Winchester City Council have received amended plans for this application. So that will almost certainly come back on an agenda in the near future. Item 12 on the agenda is land at the Elms, Tanners Lane, Denmead. An appeal has been received. That was also to note. Item 11 is social media, to discuss and determine on what content could be added to the Parish Council social media channels. As normal, we put the decision that we've come up with tonight. I don't know if there's anything else at the moment we're wishing to put on. Nothing particularly from this agenda, is there? No? Okay. Item 13 is confidential report to pass a resolution in accordance with the Public Bodies Admission to the Act 1960 to exclude public and press for discussion relating to the following and to receive a confidential report and enforcement report from the committee clerk. Enforcement issues and notices and tree preservation orders. We'll give 2 minutes for my help to leave the room. Have you stopped that recording and then